Okay, so I would like to talk about some self-care tips for people today. I have been doing a lot of activist stuff for a couple of years now, since I was like a junior in high school. I'm 22 right now, so super not a long time. But I would like to say I've grown a lot during this time. So I would like to say the ways that I've grown, and maybe some like beginner's mistakes that some people might be making. Um, that's a bad way to phrase it, mistakes, you know what I mean. But I would like to talk about uh, ways that you, as an activist, in this current political climate, as people are becoming more aware, I want to keep people as mentally healthy as possible. Um, okay, so the first thing that I learned when I was in high school is when I really started, and I was suddenly feeling so empowered by the things that I was learning. I was just starting to learn stuff, and I like I was so excited I wanted to share it with people. And that, as I wanted them to be happy, like I felt. It was a very pure, honestly, pure, just unadulterated love for wanting for people to understand what I understood and how happy it made me. And I wanted them to feel happy. So I started saying things like, oh, hey, like, that's called sexual assault. Like, that sounds so weird, but it was really just like, hey, like, this is what consent is, you guys, on like internet conversations, comment sections on Facebook, in conversations in real life, things like that. Just in little moments, I was like, oh, hey, like, the hymen doesn't exist, or like, or like the way that people think it is anyway. That's a long story. That was one of my first things I learned. But so, and it was so just, hey, you got this. Here's for you. This is my gift to you. And people did not want to receive the gift. They people got defensive. They got upset. People started saying things like I was being so like overly critical of people, and like I was like calling out abuse where it wasn't, and like this is like you're making this up, and it's just like everything you can think of of like I got, because I did it so often, because I just had so much energy for it, because it made me so excited, and I kept trying, and I tried different things. I kept thinking like, oh, like if I say it more, if I make it really, really clear that it's really nice, or if I blah blah blah, if I can just do it right, then they'll love me, and they'll listen to me, and they'll understand what I'm saying. And so then that sounds really like, yeah, well, it sounds really personal, and yeah, it is personal. It's incredibly personal to me. Some people say that the political is personal and the personal is political. And then came the anger. Then came, oh my God, these people don't, like, they're not gonna change. They don't want to. Why don't they want to do that? Why don't they want to make me feel more comfortable? Why don't they want to make themselves feel more comfortable? Was a part of that too, but then it became about, oh my gosh, I don't feel safe here anymore. I cannot help people. It's not working. And these people don't want to be helped, and the world's just going to be like this. It very quickly went to a very dark place. I was really angry all the time. But I felt like I couldn't stop, because every once in a while some people would say, hey, like they'd message me on Facebook afterward and be like, thank you so much for standing up for me in that Facebook conversation. Like, I didn't have the words to describe like why having an eating disorder is bad, or like why like supporting eating disorder is bad, and like how this is a part of supporting eating disorder. I'm giving an example here. And so I was like, oh, I'm really helping people. I really am. I am. Or someone would message me being like, you know what, I I didn't agree with you during a conversation, but like now that it's 3 months later or something, I do agree with you, and thank you for calling me out. And like those people are great. Like both of those people, thank you so much for sending those things to me. It really like appreciates. I really appreciate that. Really makes me feel really good when that happens. But it was just a couple out of many, and the majority of times I wouldn't get anywhere with anybody. Sometimes it'd be because I had worded it wrong, or I had done things and I couldn't do it. Or oftentimes it was because they're being an asshole, or something, you know what I mean? And I just didn't know how to stop, even though it kept hurting and hurting and hurting. I'd get back so many, like, people saying horrible things to me, but I'd be like, maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be fine. And I couldn't stop, because if I didn't actually call anybody out, I'd feel so guilty, because I'd feel like, oh my God, I could have helped in that situation and I didn't. And like now that guilt would weigh out the possible horrific things that people said to me during that time. I got called so many names. I lost a lot of friends, honestly. And sometimes I lost them because they had their own like stuff that they were dealing with, and they couldn't really deal with having someone critical of them, and I think that's like, you know, like that's fine. Like we were all in high school, we had a hard time, but like but anyway, yeah, the guilt outweighed the emotional toll that this fighting took, because it became these fights. I don't know if anyone's relating to this at all, but oh well. Finally, I decided to just comment and post things on Facebook that didn't have to do with me. Some identities that I find really personal into my heart, and that I can't handle people like fighting me over, or at least like I can handle maybe like once or twice, but like not all the time, especially. And I'd like to avoid those conversations, are like gender issues, sexual assault issues, sexuality issues, mental illness, things that have to do with me and my identities. So instead, I only posted stuff about like Black Lives Matter, at the time trans issues, and like wealth equality, just anything that didn't really have to do with me. And honestly, that helped a lot. I didn't think it was going to help a lot, and it helped so much. Oh my gosh. Like only like today have I started, or like not today, but like recently in the past year or so, am I starting to really build back and starting to post more personal things, because I really needed to go into a cocoon and really figure myself out before I could be totally sure that I can do this. And I thought when I stopped posting that I was never going to post on about them again, because I mean I was 17, and you think that these things are going to be forever, and they're not. Nothing's forever. But it still felt like it, and I still had to come to that realization and really accept that it was going to be forever. And I think even accepting that it was forever gave even the possibility of it coming back, which is kind of hard to describe, and an interesting psychological phenomenon. But yeah, so that was a really good activist self-care thing that I did. What time are we at? Oh God. Oh, okay, it's almost 10 minutes. Okay. That was kind of my longest story. I guess, yeah, I'll just go with that. If that helps out anybody, if anybody feels like related to that, yeah, I might post more stuff later. Cool. All right. Love you all.